The Mission to Seafarers is the largest Christian maritime welfare network in the world. As an official missionary agency of the Church of England, they are committed to serving the world's 1.5 million seafarers in a spirit of true Christian friendship and unity. The Mission to Seafarers chaplains work round the clock to be a practical, emotional and spiritual support to the seafaring community. From seafarers dealing with being abandoned by their employers, ill treatment, to driving 70 miles or so that a seafarer's wife can spend 20 minutes with her husband who she has not seen for 8 months. Their work is as varied as it is valuable. The Mission to Seafarers has worked tirelessly for over 160 years to ensure that seafarers' rights are respected and their basic needs met.
My name's Alison White, and I'm the Bishop of Hull, a great maritime city. You can see as you look around this busy port all that's going on, and it reminds me of how blessed we are that all the hard work of the seafarers, which brings us over 90% of what we consume, from the coffee I had for breakfast this morning through to the fuel in my car that got me here. You'd be amazed what comes to our shores via the sea. The sea can be a hostile environment where seafarers work long hours, spend months away from home and endure the might of Mother Nature. Added to that, specific issues such as abandonment, shipwreck, piracy and abuse, and more general issues such as isolation and loneliness can make seafaring a uniquely challenging occupation. We simply wouldn't have the same standard of life if we didn't have seafarers. Almost everything we use comes to us via the sea. Our food, clothing, fuel, building materials, medicines, technology and cars are transported on container ships and tankers. These ships are the workplace of 1.5 million seafarers. The great majority of seafarers are treated very well by their employers. They work very hard and can send money back home to support family and friends. But however well treated they are, you can't get away from the fact that it's a hard life if you're away from those you love for long periods of time. And many of the seafarers find that separation very difficult to deal with. Imagine how good it is to have a chaplain there for you, someone who can listen, someone who can be there, and maybe to help you to connect up.
A few days ago I met Ariel. He's from the Philippines. He came up to me and said, "You're from the Flying Angel?" I said, "Yes." He said, I go there in the Philippines." And so while I was caring for Ariel here in the port of Hull, the mission was caring for his family back home. But here in the port I was able to offer him Wi-Fi so he could speak to his family. As I'm caring for seafarers here in the port of Hull, so are my colleagues around the world in various other ports. The Mission to Seafarers at our centre in Manila was running Christmas parties for his wife and children to go to and other social events. And by caring for their families, we are caring for seafarers.
Unfortunately, there are too many instances where seafarers are not well treated and where the chaplain may be the only person who can offer them support and advice and act as advocate for them.
I urge you, please support the Mission to Seafarers on Sea Sunday and whenever you can throughout the year. Their incredible work is dependent on your generous support. They've only been able to help seafarers for over 160 years because people like you have donated both time and money. And there are lots of ways to help. You could become a volunteer ship visitor, or you could knit hats for seafarers. Your donation will help the Mission to Seafarers continue their vital work. Thank you for your kind and generous support.